In the 7th century, a new scripture emerged in Arabia, a book claiming to be the final revelation of God. But when we examine the stories inside the Qur'an, something becomes impossible to ignore. These are not new revelations. They are old stories, retold. Stories from Jewish folklore, Christian apocrypha, and devotional legends, none considered inspired by the communities that created them. And yet, centuries later, these same tales reappear in the Qur'an as divine revelation. Take the story of Jesus speaking from the cradle. In the Qur'an, the newborn Jesus delivers a sermon from Mary's arms, a striking miracle, but not original. This exact scene first appears in the Arabic Infancy Gospel, a fictional work from the 5th or 6th century, written just decades before Islam. Early Christians knew it was not scripture. But the Qur'an lifts the story and presents it as revelation. Or Mary giving birth beneath a palm tree, comforted by falling dates. This detail is not in the Gospels. It comes from the Pseudo-Matthew Gospel, a 6th century legend medieval Christians recognized as imaginative storytelling, yet the Qur'an adopts it as sacred truth. And the clay birds. One of the Qur'an's most vivid miracles describes Jesus forming birds from clay and breathing life into them. That miracle is not in Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, but it appears in the Infancy Gospel of Thomas, a 2nd century book filled with fictional childhood stories about Jesus. The early church rejected it, but the Qur'an repeats the story almost word for word. 3 stories, 3 apocryphal sources, none accepted as scripture, and yet each one is embedded in the Qur'an as divine revelation. This is not heavenly originality. This is literary borrowing. And the Qur'an not only borrows legends, it contradicts eyewitness history. The crucifixion of Jesus is one of the most well-attested events of the ancient world. Romans recorded it, Jews acknowledged it, the apostles witnessed it, yet 6 centuries later, the Qur'an denies it. The earliest Christians proclaimed Jesus as Yahweh in the flesh. Isaiah, John, Paul, Thomas all testify to it. Yet the Qur'an contradicts them, despite having no historical connection to the events. When a later source contradicts the earliest eyewitnesses and simultaneously borrows stories from fictional writings, the burden of proof lies on the later source, not on the eyewitnesses. If the Qur'an truly came from God, it would not depend on Jewish midrash, Christian apocrypha, and 6th century Arabian folklore. But it does. Every layer shows dependence, not divine origin. This isn't about attacking people, it's about examining evidence. And the evidence is clear. The Qur'an retells old stories, reworks legends, and contradicts the earliest, most reliable records of Jesus. Meanwhile, the Bible stands alone, rooted in prophecy, eyewitness testimony, and historical consistency.